Today I set out to make some Korean style taquitos, but I ended up with flautas because my corn tortillas didn't want to work with me in this video. But I will tell you this is such a damn good dish and it will definitely impress your guests if you have them over for a football game. So stay tuned and let's make this shit. I don't know about you, but I am a very indecisive person. If I am in the fast food line, it takes me forever to figure out what the hell I want, unless I'm at In-N-Out, which I always know what I go to every time. Doesn't matter. Restaurants, I'm standing there looking at everything because I'm a glutton. I'm like, oh, I want everything on the menu. And I take a while. It drives my wife nuts. And I got to say, she deserves a medal, of some prestige for what she deals with my indecisiveness. But today, I'm going to be making Korean style taquitos. So without further ado, people, let's make this shit. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with our sauce. So I'm going to use a ton of garlic in this sauce. I'm talking about like 10 cloves max. I'm going to mince into this sauce later on. But we're also going to get a knob of ginger. I didn't really feel like using a spoon to peel the ginger. I just took my knife because I didn't feel like getting a spoon. I was a little lazy. What can I say? But we're going to peel off a knob of ginger and we're going to go ahead and dice it finely so we can add it to our sauce in just a little bit. Then we're going to go ahead and dice a whole yellow onion. Okay, then in a pot, we're going to go ahead and start heating up some oil. I'm using avocado oil here, so that's about 3 tablespoons, but I do add more oil later on. Quite a bit. I want to say like almost a quarter cup. But we're going to go ahead and saute our onions. We want to caramelize them, then drop in our ginger. And that's where I added a little bit more oil to help everything move along. And then I'm going to go ahead and mince in my garlic cloves. Then 1 to 2 tablespoons of some nice honey. Then about 2 tablespoons of some awesome dark soy sauce. And finally, our gochujang. So I'm using about 2 to 3 heaping tablespoons of gochujang here. And I gotta say, you want to heat this up for a little bit on low before we transfer it to a blender to fully emulsify. Once this is all nice and blended, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it back to the pot and keep it on a low heat so it's warm for when the chicken is done. So let's move on to the chicken. For the chicken, I'm going to go ahead and take some chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. I want the flavors from the bones and I want the skin because it adds so much more flavor. I'm going to go ahead and sear these in a pan with a lot of pepper added to them. We don't need too much salt. You really don't need to go with salt. We already have the soy sauce. But once these are going along, I'm going to go ahead and give these a nice flip. Don't worry if the skin sticks to the pan. It's perfectly fine. It's not that big of a deal. These are going to be in taquitos. So we're going to shred these up in just a little bit, and they're going to be rolled up in a nice tortilla. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce. So for the sauce, I'm using quite a bit of Kewpie mayo. You can use whatever kind of mayo you want, but we're looking for about a quarter cup of mayo. Just depends on how many people you'll be feeding. Then some crema. So crema is awesome. You can go with sour cream if you want to, but about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that. Then my favorite, chili garlic. I go heavy with this, as you notice. It's about 2 tablespoons there. It is my favorite. I love it more than sriracha. So give this a nice mix and set it in the fridge for later. Now, the fun time. I get to shred all this chicken. So I am going to keep the skin into the recipe here. I think that the skin adds a great flavor. And yes, I was munching on the skin as I went through here. I couldn't resist. But go ahead and mix it all up. And then we'll add that sauce that we made earlier. But don't use all the sauce. Keep some of it reserved and mix it up. Now it is time to start assembling our flautas. They were going to be taquitos, but it turned out that my corn tortillas were just crap and they kept cracking while I was doing this. But I went ahead and started off with some Chihuahua cheese, and then I added in the meat, gave it a nice roll, and then inserted a toothpick through the side just to kind of keep it nice and intact. And boom, there you go. This is all going to be dropped into some hot oil here. I'm using peanut oil, and I'm going to go ahead and deep fry these and pull them very fast. They don't take too long, maybe like 2-3 minutes, not that long at all. Then we're going to go ahead and plate. So remember that sauce I said earlier? I still have some of it left, so I'm using some of the leftover sauce to go ahead and drizzle on these flautas, and then I will put it around the outside of them too so they don't get too soggy, and I can dip them in that awesome sauce. Finally, we will garnish it with some cilantro, and let's not forget that nice cotija cheese dusting. All right, and we're all done. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this, and it looks amazing. So we're gonna try these out. They're not fully taquitos, they're technically flautas, but who cares? They're still gonna be damn good. So let's do this. Get some of that sauce. I need another bite. This is insane. Wow. You can taste the chili garlic in it, in the sauce. You can taste the gochujang. This is so damn good. I'm going to eat this. And yeah, I'm going to be out. You should try this out. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to try this recipe. But yeah, hands down, this is so damn good. And football season is near, so definitely try it out. So yeah, I'm out. Cheers.